All right, so finally we've got to the point where we've done enough projects and certifications, and whether you've taken a degree or not, we're ready to apply for some jobs. So, of course, this is going to depend like where you live and what the job market's like. But when I was applying for jobs, there was I guess, a specific way that I went and did it. Um, I think I ended up sending around 60 applications, which isn't that much because luckily I got like some offers back pretty quickly. But I've heard that like you can do up to like 1,000, and through the use of AI, it's actually pretty easy. But if you're really trying to lock down like a good grad scheme or a good kind of role when going into like your first job, then I think you should take more care and try to focus on your application more. So maybe not using AI as much. But yeah, without further ado, um, let me try and explain to you how you can apply for jobs. So if I take us to LinkedIn, first of all, I guess this is where like most people start. So I'm basically based in London, and right now I've moved, but obviously my first jobs were going to be in London. That's where I'm from. So I remember just kind of going onto LinkedIn and looking at junior cybersecurity roles. So I mean, when I even search up junior cybersecurity roles, like you don't find much of them these days because like if you think about it, there's like a very very high demand right now for load of security people, but it's usually not like the juniors. It's usually like more senior, experienced people. And then really the only junior roles seem to be like graduate schemes or something like that. So it can be hard to like lock in something like entry level. But there is stuff to find. So obviously like right here, right now, the only specific one like I've come across which looked like interesting there's this Investec one, and you would be like an awareness and training specialist, which is kind of cool because like it doesn't require any technical skill, but it does require like content creation, collaboration, stakeholder engagement. Obviously, they said they're looking for a candidate with like strong foundation in managing security awareness training platforms. So you might not actually have that, but as with the experience in learning and development principles, I think if you did like any kind of role before, even going to like college or university, you can use that to your advantage. But this one's cool because I guess like there's a load of traveling and stuff. So I mean I like the sound of this one, but I think maybe it's not realistic if you're trying to get into your first role. Um, so another way you can look, you can kind of just go on Google. They actually have their own job posting board. Um, I looked around here. Here, there's like a lot more things that you can look at. But the problem I have with Google is that it seems to just like show you these pretty mid jobs, like jobs that maybe like are not that great. That's just my personal experience, but obviously it does use like a bunch of different platforms to base its job listings off. So yeah, you can see it's got like EY careers, LinkedIn, total jobs, something careers. Yeah, so it's got a few different ones. So you can take a look on here as well. But yeah, what I'm going to try focus on today is this website called cybersecurityjobsite.com. I found this one recently, and it's pretty good because you can change your where your location is, and it just literally finds you cybersecurity jobs. So take a look here. So if I wanted to do like cybersecurity analyst in London, I guess it's got different places in London. It's just great London. Actually, let's do South because we love South. South London, within 20 miles. You can just search that, and like instantly you'll find a few different kind of jobs. So let's say, for example, this one, IT security analyst. And the thing is, obviously, you don't know like what experience they're looking for straight off the back. But let's take a look. Okay, so it doesn't actually ask for specific years experience. 55K mark. Security operations, incident response. Oh, it says you need experience of risk assessments and to undergo a security check. But overall, seems like something you can apply for entry level. But now I guess I'll take you to other ones I found on here, which are kind of like, I can see they're junior. So this one in Sheffield, 28K to 35K. In Nottingham, Sheffield, or Leeds, 40 hours a week, flexible working. It looks like you're going to be kind of like I guess you work a lot on threats, um, probably using some security tooling to analyze different events, vulnerability assessments, security threats, and the desirable qualifications is prior experience in IT, or you're planning to pursue security certifications like Security Plus, and some exposure to security frameworks. But what it seems like to me is that because this is a junior role, obviously they put like the highest thing they could possibly expect from a junior. But I think if you don't have experience, you could probably still apply for this role. Like this is not like mandatory qualifications, it's desirable. So yeah, you can apply for this. But obviously, if you did have something like Security Plus or a few projects under the belt, um, then that would be really useful. And then what else we got? I don't know one. This one's like a graduate security consultant. So this obviously is like for a pretty good company, BAE. Yes, it's quite a famous company. And of course, like being a consultant is it's a good gateway into like go into one of the big four, or just security in general. It's a little bit of a different route. Like a consultant, obviously you're consulting people, and then if you were to work like as an analyst at a company, that would be more like I guess hands-on, like doing the nitty-gritty work. But consultancy, I guess, is like I mean, you could essentially be doing anything. I can't exactly say, but it's likely you'll be doing like a lot more talks with clients and stuff like that. So all you need for this one is 2-2, which is like really surprisingly reasonable. You need some dedication or passion for security with a business mind, and you get 36K, so 34K starting salary, which will rise over the course of the program. 2K welcome payment, career manager. Yeah, so it's pretty good. So, in my opinion, like with this kind of job, these are like the better jobs you want to go for. But of course, like the issue with them is that the only way you can get this kind of role is if you're like studying a degree, like an undergrad or something, or a master's or whatever. And that of course comes at like a price point, right? But if there's one thing that I can recommend, I would say like going for like a computer science degree or a cybersecurity degree. I think it will pay you back in the long run. I think security is the type of industry or just tech in general where it's the future, and so by investing in a degree, you're kind of like bulletproofing yourself for the future. Obviously, like with AI and stuff taking over, a lot more things are automated, but if you can learn like a specific skill, like a really good skill set, excuse me, it should be able to propel you. And these kind of roles like graduate security consultant, graduate security analyst, graduate pen test or whatever, you're going to be making a decent amount of money off the back, definitely, and also just learn a lot of skills, learn a lot about the business. It's going to be worth it for you. Um, so yeah, definitely recommend a role like this. Um, okay, so in applying for jobs, how are we going to succeed? Well, one, this working? Yeah, okay, one, we're going to look on different job boards for junior roles, focusing on roles which are to do with grad schemes. Then number two, we will focus mainly on roles which are future-proof, e.g. not able to be replaced by AI. And three, we will mass apply to these jobs. I guess tailoring our CV for each one so that we can guarantee ourselves a future role. Okay, so altogether, I mean, it's just a thing where you just have to get into it. Like, you just have to start. Like, I would apply for roles, for example, which like I had no business applying for. Like, this one says junior cybersecurity analyst, right? But they're looking for a person with a minimum of 2 years experience working within IT. Now you can see that a lot. You're going to see people say junior, but you need 2 years of IT experience. But realistically, when you've done the certifications, when you know the fundamentals, you've got some projects to back up that you know the fundamentals, that 2 years experience, it doesn't mean that much. And especially like if you can find an organization which isn't like a top organization, their process is going to be a little bit like you don't really know whether or not they're going to accept you or not. Like they might just accept you with no years of experience, like even if you haven't got IT experience. So it's better to just apply for anything you see, like junior based or whatever, right? Um, but yeah, this is like I guess how I went about doing it. Obviously I'll keep making these videos to try and like explain it in further detail. But yeah, hopefully this makes sense.